just their first win of the year, looking for their first ever win with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series.
94 drivers have won a race since this series began. It was now 22 years ago. Hudson O'Neal, his dad Don O'Neal, the 2014 champion, had 46 wins. He's still racing, by the way. He'll be in the Masters Built House car this year.
Oh my.
Hudson with 34, Brandon Overton, both with 4 wins this year. Will one of them get win number 5, or will it be Justin Weaver and Clay Harris? Night in America. Here we go, DJ.
The Ace Duran hauling and rigging starting zone. They go green off corner number 4, and the first Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series A-Main of 2026 is underway.
He'll drifts up the track. Overton with the crossover. How about the 32, Jay? They're trying to go 3 wide into turn 3 on the first lap. This Justin Weaver, man, he is for real here tonight down the main straightaway. And he's got second after lap 1, and Overton leads. Wow.
Brandon Overton out front. Justin Weaver second. Hudson O'Neal third. Devin Moran fourth. Clay Harris fifth at the end of lap number 1. Behind them, Mark Whitener in 6th. You wonder what he's got for him after having that straightaway lead in his heat race evaporated from a Hellraiser Jacks caution, but out front, it's the 76 of Brandon Overton, and the 71 of Hudson O'Neal now takes the 2nd spot.
Justin Weaver third, Moran fourth, Clay Harris, Whitener, Shirley, Shepard, Blair, and Nodor. First points race of the year in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Clay Harris has a run into turn 3. On the bottom, they're side by side, Weaver and O'Neal. Meanwhile, Overton pulling away as they come out of turn 4. O'Neal now trying to pull away on the bottom. Clay Harris goes to 3rd in car number 6, Dustin.
You ride along with the 71 of Hudson O'Neal on the right side of your screen. On the left side of your screen, you see where he is on the track, battling for the lead. You heard Brandon Overton talk about it earlier in his interview. He said this racetrack streaks up. You can be real good one lap, and you can be real bad the next lap. Right now, he's been real good for the first 4 in this one.
Right now at turn number 2, down the back straightaway, Brandon Overton has led every lap so far tonight as 40-lapper. They work lap 5. O'Neal's about 5 car lengths behind. Clay Harris, you see the battle there. Moran trying to get it going. The defending series champion. Here comes the 99 out of turn 4. Moran up another spot, Dustin.
I mean, that is a razor-thin edge on the high side of turns 3 and 4. A lot of guys dipping down to the bottom or middle groove of the racetrack. Down in 1 and 2 as Clay Harris tries to get a run on the 71 of Hudson O'Neal. This happened 7/10 of a second behind your leader, Brandon Overton. Look how high they are. Down in turns 3 and 4, the 71 of O'Neal, the 99 of Moran. It's still Brandon Overton, your leader.
Right now, an early contender. How about the 8 of Dylan McCowan? Dylan McCowan up into the 20th spot right now in the 8 car. Meanwhile, you see the battle. Clay Harris. He has a runner-up finish in the Lucas Oil Series. He nearly won at Ocala a couple years ago. He'll battle on the bottom with Hudson O'Neal up at turn number 4.
Absolutely. Clay Harris trying to get a run on Hudson O'Neal. They nearly make contact down there. Now Harris try to dip around to the outside of the 71. Hudson O'Neal, former Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series champion. Clay Harris 2 years ago, oh so close at Ocala Speedway. Came up just short, looking for his first ever win with the series. And while these 2 drivers battle for the 2nd spot, James, that's allowed Brandon Overton to stretch out a little bit. A 1.5 second advantage for the Evans, Georgia driver.
There you see coming down the back straightaway, Harris and Moran battle there. Clay Harris, you see him on the bottom. Behind them again is Weaver. O'Neal still leads. Runs in 2nd. Overton has led every lap so far, all 9 of them. Out at turn number 2. Now they're going to pick up the tail end of the field down the back straightaway. And this thing stays green. It's going to get really interesting. And Brandon Overton looking for his 5th overall win of the year after only winning 4 a year ago. Looks solid so far here tonight with 10 in the books.
Yeah, you just called it, James, as Overton has caught the tail end of the field right there. As the first driver to go a lap down will be the 22 of Daniel Hilsebeck. Meanwhile, Clay Harris continues to try to find a way around Hudson O'Neal. He's looked to the inside, he's looked to the outside. He'll go back down to the inside of Hudson O'Neal. The battle for 2nd happens 2 seconds behind Brandon Overton.
Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, the 76 car, the Budweiser car, the Riggs Motorsports entry. Into turn 3, closing in on Tyler Wyan and Garrett Alberson, who dominated one race back at the Wild West Shootout. And right now on the back end of this one, Wine in front of him, Overton still leads into turn number 1.
That's a
Clay Harris.
Yeah, Clay Harris had 2nd that time by at the stripe, James, by a 10th over Hudson O'Neal, and of course your race leader, trying to work his way through the back of the field. Now Harris gets stuck behind the 22 of Hilsebeck. Side-by-side battle again. Great coverage right here. Leader on the left side of your screen. The race for second on the right side.
Best coverage in Dirt Late Model Racing down the back straightaway. Trying to put a lap on Oil City, Pennsylvania's Wyatt cannot get it done. Overton, you see that hotly contested battle for second. The 6 of Clay Harris. The 71 of Hudson O'Neal. Moran is 4th. Shepard 5th. Whitener, Weaver, Rice is 8th. 9th is Shirley. 10th is Blair.
Yeah, Brandon Shepard actually just got around Devin Moran that last time by. Chris Madden out of the party in the 44, and we're going to have a Hellraiser Jacks caution as Madden not quite able to limp off the racetrack. Instead, he is going to make the turn into the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. 14 laps in the books, 26 laps to go, and Brandon Overton has been your leader since the drop of the green flag. Clay Harris had second that last time by. Hudson O'Neal 3rd. Brandon Overton took the 4th spot. Devin Moran 5th, and it's the 44 of Chris Madden making his way to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit.
Yeah, Madden's crew take a look at the right side of this race car. Now they'll head around to the left. Now Madden's going to pull away from him. Meanwhile, further down the pit road, the Ken and Beth Roberts, number 58, entry for Garrett Alberson. Crew's taking a look at that race car as well. Alberson just has not had the night he had hoped to have here. Let's not forget, a year ago tomorrow night, he set the track record here tonight. It's been a tough night, took a provisional, and they're going to work on the right front of this number 58 Capital Sign Company entry, trying to get him back out on the racetrack.
Well, Ben, I don't know if you can see or not, Chris Madden had started to pull out of the hot pit. He actually exited the hot pit, but now is stopped kind of at the end of the hot pit. Tyler Wyatt down there as well, and it looks like the crew may be going to go back to work on that 44 of Chris Madden.
Yeah, the Jack's going under the rear of the Wells and Sons Motorsports number 44, and well, I say it is, and Chris Madden said no Jack for you and drove away from the crew. So he's going to head back out some direction. We'll see if he's out of the race. Tyler Wyatt makes his way through here. This might be the tightest Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit in the business here tonight. There's cars pointing every direction. Garrett Alberson will make his way back out. And guys, one thing for sure, Brandon Overton's been really good, but you got to feel like the story of the night so far might be Clay Harris in that 6.
Yeah, he took second back on lap 13. We've got 14 in the books. There's the Jupiter, Florida driver. Right now, early contender, the Hoker Trucking Hard Charger, Dylan McCowan. Now, remember, if you take an emergency provisional, you get full points, DJ, but you only get money if you're past the start money. So
that's right.
McCowan's, looking to run the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year this year. So McCowan up 8. Carson Ferguson is up 7 spots. So is Corey Hitchcock. So 14 in the book, still 26 to go, and this 6 car, he may have something right here.
But James, I feel like we say this at a lot of places, but I think it's really true here at Alltech. These restarts can be very, very interesting on this racetrack. This half-mile racetrack, wide in the corners, especially when this track slicks off top to bottom like it is right now, and it streaks up as well. Be interesting to see who chooses the right lane here, and maybe who doesn't, who falls back, because this is stereotypical Alltech we're seeing here right now.
Frustrating season for Overton. His only win was last early May at Circle City in Indianapolis. 19 career wins in the Lucas Oil Series. Down the back straightaway, Clay Harris is second. Then it's Hudson O'Neal, Brandon Shepard, Devin Moran, Mark Whitener, Justin Weaver, Josh Rice, and Max Blair runs 10th, DJ. 26 to go at the Ace Duran. Hauling and rigging. No, start zone over turn 4. Here we go. Clay Harris, good restart, Dustin.
He's got to run down to the inside of Brandon Overton. Overton's going to protect the bottom, and we're going to have another Hellraiser Jacks caution as we've got Jackson Heiss and Dylan McCowan together over in turn number 4, and they have come together.
We may need a Hellraiser Jack to get McCowan off the front of that car.
They're in the All Makes Collision service area over there. Zach Booker going to go out and take a look at them, and we'll take a look at the FK Rod Ends instant replay and see exactly what happened here on this restart. They all just get bottled up over there. Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
So McCowan, right, was the hard charger so far with 14 in, but they will have to go to the back. Heiss and McCowan. So Ricky Thornton Jr., again, he's won 3 in a row right here at All-Tech.
Three openers.
Three
at All-Tech.
openers.
Again, he's down there in the all-makes collision service area. He's got damage on the right front of that race car, Ben.
Meanwhile, Garrett Alverson's going to come down. You got the feeling they didn't get all the changes they made that last time before they had to get back out on the racetrack. So he brings number 58 back down to the infield to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. And you see the trusty old tractor over there is going to pick up Dylan McCowan's number 8. McCowan was here a couple of years ago. This place has not been real kind to him. And so far not kind so far this weekend. He'll go off on the hook last night. Got into the wall during practice. And tonight he and Jackson Heiss tangled at the bottom of 4.
Well, I said it after he won a C race, Ben, and we all know Brandon Overton very well. But when Brandon Overton is smiling, the rest of the competition better look out, right? Because this guy's having a heck of a year so far.
Well, he's been smiling a lot so far this year. He probably wishes all the Speed Weeks events were in Georgia because he won all 3 of them up there that he entered. But man, he was really fast out of the gate at Volusia, picked up a win there. And if he could get one here tonight, he would become the 8th different driver in Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series competition in just 11 events to go to Flow Racing victory lane. But still 26 laps to go. And hey, what if number 95 all-time rhymes with Clay Harris? That would be a very popular win if he was able to get it done. We might need a 28-second delay, though, as when we were talking about the season earlier today, he was one of the most, well, not one of, he was the most animated guy. He was the only driver who needed a little bit of a blurring of the words to talk about his 2026 season.
The censor button, Ben, yes.
Ben and DJ, I got a question for you. The last number 6 to win a Lucas Oil race, was it not Kyle Larson in 2020,
yeah,
right?
He won by 87 seconds here. There's still other guys trying to finish that race on that night.
Well, right, and his last win was here.
Yes.
Yes. He did what? He won by 15, was it 13 or 15 seconds?
Yeah, it was insane.
Yeah, he was. The ocean was angry that night, my friends, and Larson just laid it down. Jackson Heiss is in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. They're taking a look at the right front of that race car. There's certain things you can about guarantee here at All-Tech Raceway. If a race car drives into the pit area on its own, they're going to be looking at the right front, just because not only do these guys shove and get into the wall, but if they cannot get those cars freed up enough, they try to do all they can on those right fronts to get them to turn. And it's just a challenge here. I mean, you sit down here and you watch it. I know you guys see it up there. They go off in the corner and they hit a perfect lap, and the next time by, it's like they put the dump truck set up and the car will not turn on either end.
Yeah, well, I mean, hats off to all the drivers. I mean, we have had trouble here with turn number 2. I mean, earlier tonight, but nobody's really gotten it up there in that turn number 2. As we mentioned, Clanton about went out of the ballpark here a couple years ago, but, you know, Thornton got in the backstretch wall, and he comes back out, Ben.
Dylan McCowan's down here, O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year contender. They're trying to get the right front flopper off of that right front wheel. Taking a look at this race car. 1 win last year for McCowan, and that came at Springfield Raceway there late in the year. And they're actually using the jack down here to try to get that right front bumper away from the race car to get him back out there. The one thing you don't want for sure is that right front nose getting under the front of the race car. They got the Hellraiser jack down here. They got the Angry Crowbar down here. They're just trying to get the 8 car back to the speedway.
The Angry Crowbar.
That's right, the Angry Crowbar.
I think you had a drink there one time, James.
Possibly.
The Angry Crow.
Well, we started in 80-degree weather. I'm not sure, Ben, how much it's cooled off since then, but this track is still good.
It's a balmy 77 down here now.
It's a balmy 77.
It may be warmer in some pit areas than others, though, too. We're going to go back to Green Flag Racing, this time by in the Ace Duran restart zone. Brandon Overton out front. Clay Harris back on the inside of this Delaware double foul restart. Hudson O'Neal swings way high. We're back underway.
O'Neal in turn number 2. Behind him, Moran. O'Neal will get the run down the back straightaway, trying to pedal, keep it out of the wall. Down the back straightaway, goes side by side with Clay Harris. Brandon Overton has led 14 laps. Will he lead that 15, or will we have a new leader? Off at turn number 4, Harris through the middle, and they're trying to go 3-1. Brandon Shepherd, the second. Are you serious?
Unreal.
What a move.
When All-Tech is good, man, All-Tech is really good. And oh, by the way, here comes Devin Moran. Here comes Brandon Shepherd. Shep down to the inside. Brandon Overton. That's a battle for the lead this time by 16 laps in the books. Do you have a new leader? Yes, you do. Brandon Shepherd out front from 6th.
Out at turn 2, Overton gets it back going down the back straightaway with a battle to the Brandons. Overton back out in front. It's only official.
Oh.
And we've got a Hellraiser Jack's caution flag. Preston Luckman.
Doggone it, yeah.
Too early in the season for a Please Stay Green, but we needed one, and that is the 32J, yes.
Of Justin Weaver. Oh, man. Man, oh, man, that was good.
That was my pick, yes. Thank you, Tiffany, for reminding me. Shepard's a leader, right?
He is the leader. Yeah, oh, yeah, we had
leader
about
plus
15.
3 still in the Lucas Oil Series. So Brandon Shepard from 6th, as you mentioned, out in front, picking up where he left off at Volusia last Saturday night.
It'll be Shep, Overton, Clay Harris, Hudson O'Neal, Devin Moran, the top 5. And we'll take a look at the FK Rod Ends instant replay and see exactly what happened to draw this latest Hellraiser Jacks caution. From the drone, you're going to look down at the bottom of the screen, and a few cars came together there. The end result was the 32J going around and the 77 slowing on the front straightaway.
How about this? Hoker Trucking Hard Charger. You looking at this? Corey Hedgecock.
Oh, my.
21st to 10th in the Billy Hicks 79.
Wow. Good run
whoever
for
gets
Hedgecock.
in that car, a good shot at winning Rookie of the Year, right? Rice, another candidate. He runs 7th.
It is the first race, James. But yes, that car did win Rookie of the Year last year.
It did.
Corey's really good here, and I think he and Billy Hicks think they'll have some success this year. How about Brandon Shepard, one of 7 drivers winner, won here back on February 3rd, 2022. Started 6th here tonight. He's got 35 career wins. His last win with the series was a prelim win at Batesville last year during the Topless 100. And guys, you talk about 2 drivers that had a forgettable year last year. That's Brandon Shepard, Brandon Overton. It's pretty cool to see him running 1 and 2 right now.
Absolutely. We've reached a bit of a holding pattern here the last couple laps. 16 in the books, 24 to go. As you saw, Rice stopped in the All Makes Collision service area. Well, James, we're going to try it again. It was getting good up front. It was top 5 or 6. I mean, it was getting good, brother. Sheppy out front, Overton 2nd, Harris 3rd, Hud 4th, Dev 5th. And it's Mark Whitener, Josh Rice. Good run for Josh Rice, by the way. He's in 7th. Brian Shirley 8th. How about Carson Ferguson, by the way, has worked his way from 19th up to 9th. And then Corey Hedgecock, as you mentioned, from 21st up to 10th. What are you're looking up something there?
I'm looking at Kovac here.
You're okay, you're looking up Kovac. You look up Kovac. We're going to get ready to go back to Green Flag Racing. 16 scored, 24 laps remaining.
I believe it was 24 wins for Mark Richards Racing. Josh Richards, Josh Richards leads the way. Shepard. All right. So here we go. It's Brandon Shepard, Brandon Overton, Clay Harris, Hudson O'Neal, Devin Moran, Mark Whitener, Josh Rice, Brian Shirley, Carson Ferguson, Corey Hedgecock on board as we're going to go to the green. No, next time around.
Just it's a tease. Hey, we talked about all the full-time marketing partners back this year with the series. The Getchman family, All Makes Collision, sponsor of the Turn 4 Body Shop. Want to thank them. They really amped it up late in the year, especially leading into Knoxville. And when you can, please support all these sponsors you hear on these broadcasts whenever you can, and let them know you heard about them on the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series on Flow Racing.
Well, those caution lights have been turned off. Rob Penrod in the flag stand. And James, if you have ever wondered what it was like to start 4th, I guess it is, on a restart, you're going to find out, because you're going to ride along with Hudson O'Neal. He's on the outside lane for this Delaware double file restart. Brandon Shepard, Brandon Overton, Clay Harris. You're riding with Hudson O'Neal and Devin Moran. And let's see what it looks like from the driver's seat as we get back to Green Flag Racing in the Ace Duran restart zone.
Back underway, 16 down, 24 to go.
You think these guys aren't talented? Look at that.
They are athletes and they are talented. And Brandon Shepard right now down the back straightaway. Dad and Grandpa are watching in Illinois, aren't they, as they come out of turn 4. And Brandon Shepard starts to pull away. Through the middle there is Moran back here, but it's right now Shepard, Harris, Overton, and Devin Moran, your top 4.
That's the top 4 last time by. Hudson O'Neal, who you were riding along with, rounds out the top 5. As we have got, I thought we were going to have a caution. We in fact do not. I think the caution flag maybe about got away from Rob Penrod up there at the top of the flag stand. I tell you what, Sheppy's not pulling away from him, James. Clay Harris, Brandon Overton still right there, 2 laps shy. The Hellraiser Jacks halfway, and Brandon Overton bounces off the wall down in turn number 2.
Harris, Overton, Moran, O'Neal all trail Brandon Shepard. Carson Ferguson is up to 6th.
Wow.
After starting 19th.
Wow.
How about that? That Colleague Motorsports truck development driver, right? He's going to run a race in Martinsville later this year, and right now he's in the thick. He has never won a Lucas Oil race, and he's been for a top 5, and he's got it right now.
Doggone
All
it.
for Dodd, Hellraiser Jack's caution, and it's Dan Ebert.
Yeah, he's got damage there on the left front of the Minnesota Truck Headquarters number 60, and there is the reason for the Hellraiser Jacks caution flag. Daggone it, man. I want us to stay green because it's so good, and we're spoiling the momentum here. God, we're race fans at heart, man. We're very blessed to do what we do, and doggone, I want nothing more than to see a good race, and I think we're going to see one if we can just string together these green flag laps.
Those watching, I know people coming down later this week, and man, tomorrow night, Saturday night, here at Alltech, Brandon Shepard started 6th, has led the last, let's see, 4 laps?
Check out your scoring sheet.
Yes, I do. A lovely score sheet. How about Clay Harris? He's right there. Now, Overton, apparently on the last scored lap, yeah, he'll be scored as second. It's the leader plus 3. Carson Ferguson. Move over Minnie Terrell, right? This guy is right here. He is up from 19th to 6th. Thornton is up 18th to 8th, or 16th to 8th. Then Hedgecock.
Wow, good stuff.
There's Rice right there on the outside. Rice right now runs 7th. Thornton, Bruning, Tyler Bruning. How about the night it started for him? Did not even get a qualifying lap in.
Yeah,
came from
last.
the tail to get 4th. And remember, he is the defending opening race winner at Golden Isles in the Lucas Oil Series. How about that?
He's the defending opening night winner of the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series.
Yes.
Yeah. It's good stuff, man.
Please stay green.
You know, I'll be the first to say it. There are a lot of times I'm not a fan of a big track. I think that where the sport is with these tires and with the aerodynamics on the race cars, that a lot of times big tracks don't always provide great racing. And Alltech just completely debunks that myth, and they've done it for several years now. This is a whale of a show, and we're going to see if we can string together a few green flag laps here as we are 1 lap shy of the Hellraiser Jacks halfway. 19 scored. 21 to go. We'll go green in the Ace Duran Hauling and Rigging restart zone. Brandon Shepard, Brandon Overton, Clay Harris, your top 3.
We will go to the Hellraiser Jacks halfway next time around. Clay Harris is going to try to diamond it off. Got to keep it out of the concrete. He'll get the run down the back straightaway, and he sparks the wall. But he's got a good run. Harris second. Here comes Moran. Here comes Carson Ferguson. Hellraiser Jacks halfway. It's Brandon Shepard, your leader.
Second spot at the line is going to be Brandon Overton. Clay Harris third. Devin Moran fourth. And Carson Ferguson from 19th to now round out the top 5. And good Lord, look at those guys. Tiptoe around the top side of this racetrack. Unbelievable racing from second on back. Brandon Shepard, though, quietly starting to pull away from the field.
No huggy pole, is there?
No huggy bear. No huggy pole, no huggy bear.
It was sparking the wall. Clay Harris. Here comes Moran. Here comes Ferguson in on Overton. Overton dominated early on in this race. But right now, trying to hang on to third, it's still Brandon Shepard. He's got about a 10-car length lead over Clay Harris with, say, 18 laps to go, 22 in the books, Dustin.
And James, one thing I've noticed is these last 2 laps, a lot of guys have kind of gone around to the inside of this racetrack as they push that outside groove up a little too far. As you look at the battle for 4th on the left side of your screen, on the right side, you ride along with Hudson O'Neal, who watches it all unfold in front of him and move Carson Ferguson up another spot. He's come from 19th up to 4th now. Just as we talk about the inside of the racetrack, there's Hudson O'Neal still making that high side work down in turns 1 and 2.
Remember how Carson Ferguson ended last year? Some strong runs over the last couple of months in the Lucas Oil Series. He ended up, I believe, 9th in the points. 15 laps to go next time around. It is all Brandon Shepard right now. 2.1 seconds the advantage in the Valvoline. Rocket Durham #1, and B-Shep off to a great start this year. He's got still 15 more laps to close this one out.
Absolutely, and now you start to wonder, James, I haven't looked at the lap speeds. I don't know if the lap speeds are picking up, but certainly the bottom side of the racetrack, the place to be. Now, just as we say that, though, your race leader, Brandon Shepard's on the same straightaway as the back of the field, #1. #2, a 2-second lead for Shep last time by. Clay Harris takes 2/10 off of it this time by with 14 laps to go.
Yeah, Shepard now is going to try to stay back far enough away from traffic. Meanwhile, Brandon Overton trying to pick it back up again. It's Shepard, Harris, Overton, Ferguson, O'Neill, your top 5. Then it's Moran, Thornton, Rice, Ebert, and Shirley. Ooh. Brian runs in 10th.
And Clay Harris now, boy, he stepped to the outside right there. And, man, I got to see. I don't know if that's going to be the right move or not. Oh, man, Shep very quickly closes in on Corey Lawler right there. That could have been disastrous, as he's going to try to work around the outside, as it was a 1.7 second advantage that time by for Brandon Shepard.
Down the back straightaway now into turn number 3. Clay Harris still a second. Brandon Overton, Carson Ferguson, Hudson O'Neill, your top 5. Shepard now have to negotiate off of turn 4 into 1. Brandon Shepard looking for his 36th career win in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series around the 19M of Brendan Smith.
Clay Harris in the wall down in turns 1 and 2. He went in. I saw it unfold, James. He approached high. He had been kind of going in down about a car length and then letting the car drift up. And he entered the corner a little higher than what he normally had, and it just sucked the car right into the outside wall. Man, that is an incredibly tough break for your second place car.
He has put on a show here tonight. No doubt about it, but he will not have the finish that he would have liked. So 11 laps to go, 29 complete. It'll be Shepard. Overton will be second. Carson Ferguson
from 19th.
Can he become the 95th driver to win a race in the Lucas Oil Series in the last 22 years? Man, you got to feel for Clay Harris. Been really good all night long, but.
All right, we got one look from the drone. We keep a drone hovering above the feature, or above the racetrack for the feature, just in case something like this happened. Yeah, it's going to be at the very, very kind of the top right-hand part of your screen here, James.
He just got up against it and couldn't get away from it.
Let's see if we can rewind that one more time and take one more look at it. I saw it unfold. He entered that corner higher than he normally had. And again, it is a razor thin margin up there, man. The high side of 1 and 2 and the high side of 3 and 4. And if you miss your mark by inches, it'll suck you into the outside wall. One more time, now that you know exactly where that car is, watch Clay Harris here as he enters. Right there he is at the top of the racetrack. He entered way high right there. You can see where the groove was. And he just missed his mark. He caught the wall right there. You saw the sparks off the race car. And unfortunately, that is going to end the night for the Jupiter, Florida driver.
Carson Ferguson, you mentioned the Hooker Trucking Hard Charger, by far has passed more cars than anyone here tonight. 19th to 3rd.
Ricky Thornton Jr.
Yep. Kyle Bronson.
16th to 7th. Yep, Kyle Bronson. Up 6 spots. Corey Hitchcock at one time it had come from 21st up to about 9th or so. He's fallen back just a little bit here the last few laps. 11 laps remaining. Shep, Overton, Ferguson, O'Neill, Moran, your top 5.
So out of the race, Chris Mann, he'll finish 26th here tonight. Is Tyler Wyant out of the race?
He is out. He is out, and Jackson Heiss is out as well.
So we still have 23 of the 26 starters still left, and the helmet is off. And man, a tough break. And I'll tell you what, he's been impressive, but he will not have the finish he wanted here tonight. But he knew they knew he was here.
They knew he was here. That's right.
Shepard, Overton, Ferguson, O'Neill, Moran. 11 laps to go. It'll still be a Delaware double file restart. What if they got another lap in? It would have been a single file, right?
No.
10 or less. Is it 5 or less?
5 or less in 40-lap races, yeah.
I've been off for about 6 months, so I got to recuperate.
Well, this restart would be interesting as well, because the track had been bottom side was the place to be, honestly, the last probably 5 laps or so. And that's where Carson Ferguson had been making up his ground. Let's see what he can do on the high side. He's got a good run on Overton, James.
He gets down low. Here comes Moran to the top. Oh, man, Overton got into the back. Moran go around both of them down the back straightaway. That's a power move of the race, brought to you by Victory Fuel for Devin Moran, right? Overton up top. Here they come. Shepard still with the lead.
Moran may not be done yet. He might not be done, James. Oh, he enters high as well. Man, I'm telling you, words cannot do justice. Those guys running that high side. And don't look now, but Devin Moran has come to life with 10 to go in this one.
9 to go. Shepard, Moran down the main straightaway. Carson Ferguson is third in the Paler Motorsports car. Overton back to third. Ferguson, O'Neill, Rice is sixth in the James Ratliff car. Shirley, Ebert. Dan Ebert, did he not bring out a caution?
Yes,
he's
did.
up to eighth right now. The former snowmobile racer. Then Bronson in ninth. Whitener to 10th. B. Shep still leads, Dustin Jarrett.
Watching these guys on the outside of this racetrack is just incredible. I mean, if you took Eldora, and you know how high they run there and how close they get to the wall, but on a track that's not banked as much, that has longer straightaways and tighter corners, it's just fascinating to watch these guys do what they do, man. You think these guys aren't athletes. I wish I had 0.5% of talent is what these guys do. 7 to go.
Baby's going to need a new pair of shoes here in about a month, right? Moran's on the gas, right? At the code
He's
number 4.
closing back in.
Yeah.
Closing back in. There's
Down
the
the main
race for
straightaway is
third.
1.1. Last time it's 0.7 of a second. He cut 0.4 of a second off, and he's not done yet. 5 laps to go coming up this time around.
Ask and ye shall receive. Doubled up for those of you watching at home. Devin Moran, 3 and 4 is really where he's making some hay, James. He's able to close in on him down in 3 and 4. 5 laps to go this time by. Can Devin Moran get it done? He's on
going
the outside.
all out, isn't he?
I don't sleep on this race for third over here on the right side of the screen either, man. And this happens, I tell you what, this lead duo, they've stretched out to about a 2.5 second advantage. Moran just keeps chipping away at Brandon Shepard this time by 4 to go. 0.4 of a second, the lead for Sheppy.
Stay tuned, folks. Don't leave. Now Moran slips up a little bit, trying to keep it out of the wall. Down the back straightaway. Third is Overton. Fourth, O'Neill. Fifth is Ferguson. Rice, Ebert is to 7th.
Unreal.
Shirley 8th. Bronson 9th. Whitener is 10th. All eyes up front.
3 to go.
1:99.
3 to go. Moran lost a 10th that time by. He's got to hit his marks, and they may still catch the back of the field before this one's over. Oh, baby. It's so close.
This is not over.
Here
Stay
comes
tuned,
Tim.
folks. We got three nights here at All Tech and down the main straightaway. He just cut it down again. It's 0.5 of a second. There's a battle there. O'Neill, Overton, Carson Ferguson is still 5th. Moran down the back straightaway. 2 laps to go this time. He's about 2 car lengths back. Now he goes to the bottom. Out at turn 4. B. Shep hanging on. Bounce the white flag. The Barron's performance. 1 lap to go. Last chance. Here we go.
Devin Moran
Shepard's going to be behind a lap car.
Is lap traffic going to play a factor, James? You score the lap. Devin Moran going to try to wrestle that car off the corner. They head into 3 and 4 for the final time. Shepard drifts up the racetrack. Moran's got a run on the bottom, but it's not enough. Brandon Shepard wins a thrilling opener at All Tech. Devin Moran 2nd, Hudson O'Neill 3rd, Brandon Overton 4th, Carson Ferguson 5th. What a race. The checkered flag flies at 8:52 p.m. local time.
Carson Ferguson, the Hoker Trucking Hard Charger. Josh Rice, how about that? 6th. Dan Ebert from the tail after bringing out a caution. 7th for the Minnesota Hot Shoe. Brian Shirley, good run in 9th or 8th. Kyle Bronson in his return to the Lucas Oil Series after 5 years, 9th. And Mark Whitener, the Magic Man, unofficially rounds out the top 10. They will go to the Long Acre scales after starting in 6th. No pole show here tonight.
Guess what, buddy? We get to do this all again tomorrow.
We got
And
11 more of these. We got 11 more of these.
And the next night. This is good stuff. Hey, we said it earlier. When All Tech is right, All Tech is just as good as anywhere out there. And, man, it was good tonight. So they're going to make their way into the Long Acre Racing Products Tech and Scale area. On the way of the race car, check the droop. And as long as everything is A-OK, Brandon Shepard will make his way to Veland Victory Lane and grab a word with Ben Shelton. See, Devin Moran has made his way through the scale house. I'll check the droop on the defending series champs number 99, and a $10,000 payday awaits the driver out of New Berlin, Illinois, in the Mark Richards, Valvoline, Swaybert Calf Ranches, Petroff Towing, Performance Grading, Franklin Enterprises, Ace Metalworks, Gunners, Honey Styles Marine, number 1 of Brandon Shepard, looking for his 2nd win of the young 2026 season.
Wow.
That was good, brother.
Big
That was
River Steel podium. Carson Ferguson had second briefly on the restart, right? He'd gone from 19th to second, ends up back in 5th. So unofficially, Shepard, Moran, O'Neill, Overton, Ferguson, Josh Rice, Ebert, Shirley, Bronson, and Mark Whitener. As you see, Moran's
good. He's going to make his way back out to the front straightaway. Second on that big one, the Big River Steel podium. And let's not sleep as well in that run for Moran, right? I mean, they just, quite honestly, they'll be the first to tell you, they had a lousy week last week at Volusia. Took the last night off. They regrouped, and that pays dividends as he comes home with a second-place finish tonight from 5th. Brandon Shepard in the Longacre Racing Products Tech area now, getting the droop checked on the Rocket 1.
Of course, Danny White, the crew chief, Joel Rogers, Austin Hargrove, veteran pit crew. Durham-powered Rocket XR, is it 2?
XR2.
XR2. Well, he loves Florida, right? He won at Volusia Saturday night. That was 20K. 10K here tonight at Alltech. And Brandon Shepard. Man, a tough year last year. They went to the new car last year. A couple of months in, and I tell you what, they've got this thing tuned up, and it's a hot ride.
He's going to make his way to Veland Victory Lane. We'll send it down trackside to Ben Shelton.
His 36th career Veland feature win with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Brandon Shepard, the Rocket 1 Racing Valvoline, Soybert Cat Franchise Performance Grading Styles, Marine Sunoco #1. Durham Power tonight ran like a champ under the hood of the Rocket chassis. And he picks up $10,000, draws first blood in the 2026 Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series campaign presented by Flow Racing. Down there with marketing director Wayne Castleberry. And he's preparing to climb out of the race car after picking up $10,000, his second win with the Lucas Oil Series here at Alltech Raceway. The last one was back in 2022. And he joins Ricky Thornton Jr. as the only multi-time winners in series action here, as Brandon Shepard took the lead on lap 16 and fended off a late race challenge from Devin Moran to get the win out of the race car. How about it for Brandon Shepard? $10,000. He won the Outlaw race on Saturday night at Volusia. He wins the Lucas Oil race here tonight. We're $10,000. It's a tune-up for a triple header at Wendell Durance's racy track here in northern Florida. So we'll get Brandon Shepard in front of the race car to talk about that one, his 36th career win with the series. Brandon, I'm just going to start out asking the question, is Sheppy back?
I hope so, man. That definitely feels good. We've had a really fast race car all speed week so far. We just needed a few things to go our way, and Mark and the boys been tweaking on this thing, and we've just been working really hard and trying to get everything just right for the way I like it. And it's really about halfway through last year, I knew come this year we were going to be pretty good. It was just a matter of just getting the whole package together, and I can't thank all of our great sponsors enough, and all the people that help us on this thing. Valvoline, Siebert Calf Ranches, Ace Metalworks, Gunner's Honey, Styles Marine and Maintenance, Performance Grading, Petroff Towing, Collins Brothers Towing, Sunoco Race Fuels. Just like I said, Mark, Dan, Austin, Joel, changed the motor today just out of precaution. It just shows how hard them boys will work. We got up and them boys got right after it and got the motor changed. So can't thank them enough. Steve Baker, Mark Richards, everybody at Rocket Chassis for the opportunity. Wish my beautiful wife and kids could have been here for this one, but I know they're watching back home, so hi to them. And my dad, my grandpa wouldn't be here without them guys, and of course Durham Racing Engines. And man, I know I'm forgetting somebody. I'm just I'm stumped right now, man. We've had such a good car this whole speed weeks. It's finally paying off for us, so I'm super thankful and just happy to be here.
You drove to the lead, lap 16. Couple of cautions, no big deal, but then late in the race, I'm sure you can hear him back there, Devin Moran closes in on you. Were you starting to question where you were on the racetrack?
I definitely, the bottom was throwing so much crumbs out there in 3 and 4 that, I knew I could lay out there and make speed if I needed to. I was hoping that when I got to lap traffic, I was, kind of able to sneak by a few of them as good as we were, and we did. So, I was happy too that I didn't have to go out to the middle of 1 and 2 because I didn't feel like I made good speed there. But if I could get to the outside of them in 3 and 4, I could motor around them there. So yeah, just I got to thank Fox Shocks too, and Precision Suspension, Sammy and Pete. Appreciate them guys. And like I said, we're hopefully we can keep this deal rolling.
Race fans, Brandon Shepherd, your winner here tonight at All Tech Raceway, atop of the Big River Steel podium. We're going to slide behind Veland Victory Lane, catch up with our second place finisher, Devin Moran, who, man, he threw everything at it. He's going to come on position number 2. Devin, I feel like we've seen this episode at All Tech before, where you charge hard and you get to second. Man, it looked like from the infield you threw every single thing you had at it. Standing out here thinking, was there anything else you wish you could have done?
Just got to keep working on the race car, you know. My guys, as hard as I was driving out there, as hard as my guys have been working the last week and a half, you know, we struggled really bad at Volusia last week, and just trying to find a balance, you know. So we've picked up the speed, definitely. Now we just got to work on the balance. But, yeah, Chevy and them guys did a great job, and, yeah, just refreshing to get back up here and be able to talk to you guys.
You were digging really hard down in turn 4. It was kind of like you had found a little something, but in those closing laps, just not enough there to get around him.
Yeah, just on the caution, I realized how much crumbs were out there, and I could kind of gas it up. I was like, man, there's a lot of grip out here. And then on the restart, I about split them on the restart, and I knew there was going to be a lot of grip. So I just kind of ran that floater line, and it worked out really well. So all in all, a great first points night for sure. So we'll take that. And I just want to thank Roger Sellers with Double Down Motorsports, Robbie, Casey, Connor, all back at home. It's good to get up here, like I said. And then once again, my crew guys have been working really, really hard. Like, for the last 2 weeks, we've been up and down and working on cars and changing stuff, and they're just all the kudos to them. And Chuck, Houston, Dylan, and Chuck's dad did a major errand for us, I guess, yesterday. So I want to thank him and all my other great partners, Millwood Plumbing, Mike and Vicky. I know they're back at home watching. Big River Steel, C&W Trucking. Yeah, just Longhorn Chassis, Bill Stein Shocks. I have so many great people. Anthony's Pizza, McHugh's, Hazen Services, Refuel Wellness. I got so many guys I can't thank enough. CarSourceAuto.com, Storage Kings, and Advantage Lawn Care. You can go get all your mowers, blowers, and whackers, and everything else. So just thank everybody, and yeah, we'll try again tomorrow.
Devin Moran comes home in position number 2 tonight on the Big River Steel podium. DJ James, we're going to slide to the other end. They're giving me my exercise right out of the gate this year. They got all 3 separated on this long front straightaway. As Indiana's Hudson O'Neill, I'll tell you what, those guys out of Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio were pretty tough tonight. Huddy, 3rd tonight, man. It looked like at one point you had a car to win. Then at another point, it looked like you had a 10th place car. How did you get back to the podium?
Just some good restarts. I felt like maybe I was being a little bit too conservative there at the beginning of the race and put myself in some bad spots, and just kept falling back, and then bad restarts. And I was running 6th at one point, and I was like, oh man, I'm not even going to salvage a top 5 after starting on the pole. But yeah, we were able to just work through some guys there right there after that last restart, and really felt like we were pretty good. Just probably my fault, just a little too conservative at the beginning of the race. So we'll try and just get just a little bit better, and I'll try and do a little bit better job tomorrow. But hopefully we can get as good of a start to the night as we did tonight. Thank you to all my guys, Jason, Riley, Kyle, Logan, my wife Tessa, my dad's here with us, Todd Burns is here as well, and Vicky Burns back at home, and everybody on this race car, Wheeler Metals, Merrill Bonding Company, Big River Steel, O'Neill Salvage and Recycling, Professional Concrete, Indiana USSSA, Sunoco Race Fuels, Longhorn Chassis, everybody that's part of it, Penske Racing Shocks, and we'll see if we got something for tomorrow.
Race fans, Hudson O'Neill, he comes home in 3rd. We're going to step aside real fast, thank some partners. We come back, the race recap, and we wrap things up from here at All Tech Raceway, where Brandon Shepherd is your winner.
Race Car Engineering is your single source supplier for all your racing equipment. Dirt, asphalt, drag strip, street rod, or off-road. Their experts can keep you on the track and in the lead no matter what type of racing you do. Hundreds of brands, thousands of parts. Find them online at racecareng.com or call them toll free at 800-882-7231 and make sure to ask for your free catalog. That's Race Car Engineering, 800-882-7231.
In the heat of the game, every drop counts. Introducing Victory Fuel Flavored Electrolyte Water, the ultimate hydration companion.
Chili Bowl champion Logan Seavey, FCS National Champion, Seth Bergman.
Packed with essential electrolytes and bursting with delicious flavors, Victory Fuel keeps you hydrated and fueled to perform at your best. Nothing tastes better than Victory.
Welcome back to All Tech Raceway. We're Brandon Shepard and Rocket One atop the Big River Steel podium. We're down on the front straightaway, and we got a special onlooker, Tony Stewart, down here. Tony, you told me that you've never raced here, but you would love to. What are your thoughts from everything you saw tonight?
No, this track is cool. I mean, it's racy from bottom to the top. I mean, you saw the leaders changing lanes. I mean, Brandon was pretty much married to the bottom, but, you know, everybody behind was chasing different lines, trying to find a spot to catch him. So this is one of those tracks that you can move around, find different lines, and, you know, as the race moved on, different lanes seemed to be a little faster at different times. So it's one of those tracks that as a driver you love to go to.
Now, look, you and Mark Richards have a good relationship. I mean, there's another car in that trailer over there. Hell, they got 3 cars down here. We could get smoke out here before the week was over.
Yeah, I've pretty much driven everything else in the last week and a half. So, you know, we're testing at Gainesville for the Gator Nationals. And so running a top fuel car this week, ran a truck last week. Might as well throw some dirt at it at some point.
I love it. This guy's a racer's racer. He's down here hanging out. Tony Stewart. James, DJ, how about the race recap?
Oh, man, that was incredible. And I did not have a Tony Stewart sighting on my bingo card here tonight as well. All right, let's take a look at your race recap and see how we got to this point. Man, there was no shortage of action in this 40-lap season opener, James.
Well, Brandon Overton led the first 15 laps of this race. Then Brandon Shepard, who started 6th, got the lead. There's 3 wide there. Man, a great run tonight. Clay Harris, not only him, but the 32J of Justin Weaver did not get the finishes they want. There you saw Harris dropping back, but we got to do a Victory Fuel power move of the race. I don't know where to start at, right? I mean, Carson Ferguson, his run, Moran passed, went from 4th to 2nd. There you see the battle there. O'Neill back there behind Clay Harris. Moran was good. How about the comeback for Dan Ebert? Josh Rice, the top 10. Shepard, there's for the lead right here, as he led the final 25 laps of this race here tonight at All Tech, did Brandon Shepard.
When All Tech is good, All Tech is just as good as anywhere else, really is. There was Clay Harris going for that 2nd spot, and it was just a few laps after this. Harris would go get a little too high down in turns 1 and 2, and he would tag the wall. And then there's the move from 4th to 2nd. You talked about Devin Moran. Carson Ferguson had come from 19th to 2nd momentarily. But when all was said and done, Brandon Shepard, look at that graphic. Brandon Shepard gets the win, his first of the Lucas Oil season, his 2nd overall here in 2026. And that's how we ended up where we were. Ben Shelton, what a great way to wrap up. Oh, no, Ben's done. Ben's gone. He done left us. James, I'll ask you, what a great way to start off 2026.
We can always call Dad and Grandpa Shepard and give them their take on that. I'm sure they're proud of their son and grandson, Brandon Shepard. That is career win number, 36th. And another one, I believe this is 25th win for Mark Richards during speed weeks here the last several years. But, hey, bring a friend. Come on out tomorrow night. We'll be live here the next 2 nights in Ocala next week and in Golden Isles. What a way to start the season, DJ.
Absolutely.
I'm all for it, brother.
Absolutely. Thanks to Shocker Hitch for the hour-long pre-race show tonight. We'll go live at the normal time, 15 minutes before Hot Laps tomorrow. That's 5:45 p.m. Eastern Time. On behalf of Ben Shelton reporting in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit, my colleague, the Hall of Famer James Essex, this is Dustin Jarrett signing off. We'll see you tomorrow night back here at All Tech.